a guest on the program right now. Sandy Lee is with us, and I have to say that I met Sandy through Kevin Delgado, one of our fantastic listeners and a great community man, a great state rep, a great community servant, and a big friend of WATR. And we certainly still miss Kevin terribly. And Sandy is with us to talk about a nonprofit that helps people. And I know you love animals, Steve, and you love to find out more about how animals are helped. And this is a special organization called, it's a special organization that helps actually provide psychiatric service dogs and help people. So it's a great organization we're going to find out about now. And with that concept online, therapy dogs, etc., the exceptional sidekick it's called. And let's talk to our wonderfully exceptional guest right now. Good morning and welcome to WATR.
Hey, Tom. Thank you so much. I am so happy to be here with you this morning, and I'm super excited to share with you the Exceptional Sidekick's mission and all the work that's being done to help break the stigma of mental illness, especially in our case with disabled youth, 12 to 22-year-old young adults. It's an amazing organization, truly exceptional. It was founded by Abby Hill back in 2016, so we're still a young nonprofit, but we're growing very quickly. And unfortunately, we do have a steady demand and a wait list for these psychiatric service dogs.
Well, with this pandemic, so many people are fighting tremendously, somewhat surprising depressions or loneliness or difficulties with relationships. It makes everybody, even more prone to that. So we have this wonderful organization, the Exceptional Sidekick, a service dog organization that tries to help many in our population cope. Isn't it amazing what animals can do for us, what dogs and cats and others can do to make us feel better?
Absolutely. So, and the Exceptional Sidekick is exceptional in the fact that we train the service dogs, to specifically mitigate the difficulties that these handlers with a psychiatric disability have. And this is done, specifically on the ADA. And these poor kids, they suffer from post-traumatic stress disorder, and a lot of them have gone through trauma, whether it's physical or sexual abuse or gun violence. As you said, a lot of anxiety and depression, but our clients are also medically complex. A lot of them have physical ailments as well, which complicates it. We have one who suffers from POTS syndrome, and she will pass out as well as her emotional and psychiatric disabilities. We have one that had an autoimmune disorder that kept her in the hospital for almost a year and was intubated, and so she's got a lot of stress and anxiety, that has built up from that as well as fighting with that. So, it's amazing to see these young adults who literally are homebound. They can't get to school, they can't complete their education, and we get these dogs to them, and suddenly they're willing to do things, and, because of their dog. They can't do it for themselves. They can't, get through the therapy. Their parents have tried, in most cases, all other therapeutic approaches. And now these kids are actually able to get back to school. So, our goal and part of our mission is to get these kids to complete their education. It significantly improves their attendance to the point where they're able to enroll and engage in higher education. Some of them have gone on to college. And, the goal is to make them independent eventually. They gain stability and employment. And, watching this unfold before your eyes is just unbelievable. What Abby Hill has done finding this back in Newtown, Connecticut after the Sandy Hook massacre is just amazing. I am beyond honored to be part of her board of directors, and we've really worked hard this year, to get back to the presence and reach out and, let people know we're here. We're here to help, and if you're struggling, there is help out there for them.
It's amazing how an animal can change a person's life. These wonderful dogs can really, as you just explained so well, Sandy, totally change a person's life and make them feel so much better and face each day better. It's remarkable. How are these dogs? First of all, are they rescue dogs?
No, they're not. They are specifically temperament bred. In most cases, temperament bred dogs for service dogs, even professionally bred, only about 50% of them, statistically nationwide, will make it as a service dog. Mm-hmm. They need to be able to be working dogs. Currently, we really use specifically Labradors. We just got 6 new puppies in, which are our next generation of service dogs. They're about 10 weeks old now. And they come to us, and we have puppy raisers who are the most amazing volunteers in the world. They open their hearts and their homes, and they take these puppies in, and they love them, and they train them. They go to weekly group classes and public access training, and our great staff guides them on the path to raising these little furballs into exceptional sidekicks and reaching their full potential. And they have the dog for about 14 months, and then they get to have the opportunity to see the person who is going to receive this amazing gift that they have just raised, and meet them and experience the look on their face. I recently got to do that. I had a service dog that was trained that I was able to watch the new handler receive, and there's nothing more heartwarming than watching the expression on these kids' faces. Like, it gives them the most hope that you can imagine. But we are so thankful for the people in the community who are willing to raise these dogs. They take them to work. They take them on vacations with them. They go on family trips to the beach, to the grocery store, all under the training and the organization itself. Only under a approved organization are you allowed public access with a dog in training in the state of Connecticut.
And these dogs, you said they're labs, right?
Yeah,
they are. You walk up to any lab, and you just fall in love with them. You love their face. Their personalities are abundant. They're extremely warm and gracious and friendly. They just love people. And how many times you walk up to a stranger's lab and say, "Oh my God, can I pet your dog? What a beautiful dog!"
Exactly.
Or the lab will come to you with that big smiling dog face that they have. It's just so sweet. So this is such a perfect choice to inspire people's lives. Yeah.
Absolutely. So, and we actually, for these 6 puppies we just took in, Cold Springs Healing Paws out in New Hampshire has been working for years. Her name is Melissa, and she has the most amazing dogs, and a similar organization out in New Hampshire. And the Exceptional Sidekick is actually working towards getting a facility to start a breeding program. And eventually, our long-term goal is to start a therapeutic school that uses animal-assisted therapy to help these teens and young adults to actually complete their education. Because we strongly believe that no child should have a limited education because of a psychiatric disability, that can be mitigated with a service animal.
Totally amazing. It's such a gift. Isn't it a wonderful gift that you can help do for people?
It is, and there is. It warms your heart. It warms everyone around you. We always say it takes a village to raise these dogs, just like it takes a village to raise our kids these days. And our village is filled with some really exceptional people who donate their time, their money, their own homes, and they share this incredible passion we have to help these kids. And I couldn't be more honored or more thrilled to be able to be part of it. It really has turned my own life around, and the ability to help turn someone else's around is just amazing. It really is.
We're talking about the Exceptional Sidekick Service and Therapy Dogs organization with Sandy Lee, and you are on the board of directors, and it sounds like a tremendously wonderful concept. So as you were saying, you need obviously people to know more about it, maybe to be able to help out, maybe to even get involved with fundraising or something like that.
Absolutely. So we are a nonprofit, and so we do rely on donations to help us. As you can imagine, with COVID, a lot of our fundraising efforts did not work out. We recently were approved as part of the neighborhood tax credit program in the state of Connecticut. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, that has expired now, but it was an opportunity for organizations or corporations to donate, and they would have been able to write 60% off of their taxes for it in the state of Connecticut. We'll be doing that again in the fall next year, hopefully. But yeah, any type of donation or matching donation is extremely appreciated. Newtown, Connecticut residents currently do receive a service dog of absolutely no charge from us. It costs upwards of $30,000 to raise each animal.
Wow.
And so it's an expensive project, obviously. And everyone else within the state of Connecticut or within a short distance of Newtown, we give those dogs to them usually about 50% of the cost of that, and we do offer fundraising and some other items for them to help defer that cost more. We also have a really cool program for, I say cool, it didn't sound so great, owner trainers, where we do have people who would like to train their own service dog from a puppy. We will help connect them with an animal or a puppy. Sometimes those owner trainers already have a puppy that we will temperament test to see if we think it will work as a service dog. And our cost for that and what we put out, we only charge them 50% of what it costs us to help raise the dog through all of their training as well. So obviously funding is really important. We'd also love some land donated in the area that we could build our school on.
Be nice.
And our breeding program. We do need a facility, some type of barn that we can have a breeding program out in. So if anyone out there has a facility that they'd love to let us raise some puppies in their property or, rent us nice and inexpensively, we'd love that as well. But today, really it's about promoting awareness and, mental health is the stigma involved in it. Everyone, even people who think that they understand it, I can tell you from my own experience, if you haven't suffered it, you don't understand it. Mm-hmm. And not to the whole core of being. And to be able to promote this and for people to understand that these are legitimate service dogs. These kids suffer to the point where without their dog next to them, they cannot function. And a lot of them are literally life-saving. You literally, these kids suffer from suicide ideation all of the time by, donating your time, your money, anything you can. You're literally saving a life of a young adult. And we just appreciate any help, and hopefully this will reach people who need that help.
Well, folks, the your time must be up. The exceptionalsidekick.org is the website, exceptionalsidekick.org. There's so much information there. There's some YouTube video. There's also some Facebook information at the Exceptional Sidekick Service Dogs on Facebook. Sandy, it's a wonderful organization. I don't think many of us knew about this, so I appreciate your telling us about this, and hopefully you'll get some response and people will go to your website, learn more about this terrific concept, and hopefully maybe send you information that can be very helpful to the Exceptional Sidekick Service and Therapy Dogs and the young people that they help.
Well, thank you, Tom, and thank you for having me today. It was wonderful to speak with you again, and we really appreciate you helping us spread our mission.
It is my pleasure, and so nice to speak with you again, and thanks for reaching out, and give us an update every so often, will you?
Thanks, we will. Take care,
You
Tom.
bet. Thank you, Sandy. Sandy Lee, I know she has to be in her office by 8:30. I'm sure the beeping was her phone telling her, you got to move ahead. It's time to, get to work or whatever, or start work at 8:30. So we wanted to make sure we got her on before that. Sandy Lee, great to talk to you. And what I did not know about this organization, the Exceptional Sidekick Service Dog Organization for nonprofit for kids 12 to 22.